These squirrels are better at saving than we are.
And more organized, too.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you open a BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward every month you save.
That sounds great.
You can also set up savings goals and easily track your progress.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts. I'll sort myself out.
Spider boy. I'm dripped and laced in that spider boy.
Count was 0.
The way Togi...
Zero?
That could be God protecting us, as in the
Zero?
planet Earth, from not having more Togis.
How does that happen?
Coach Greg, in today's video, Togi, he has no sperm.
This is a problem. This is a massive problem.
We've seen his blood work in the past. He had sterile pyuria, and for somebody who's been sleeping around, that's pathognomonic for chlamydia. And so we also know in his past that he's been drinking a lot of alcohol, he's done math, he's done a shit ton of recreational substances, all horrendous for your spermies. And so will Togi ever be able to have any of those 30 kids that he was bragging about last year that he wanted to have? Well,
I don't know.
Let's wait and find out.
I'm on the way right now to the doctor. I gotta bust a nut for them. And perfectly normal, dude. Before you guys roll, Togi, what are you doing? Totally normal thing. And if anything, you should go do it too.
Well, let's just hope that doctor wasn't Dr. Mike.
I gotta get a fertility test.
And so just so you know, I myself had previously had a fertility test, wanted to see if the swimmers were better swimmers than last time. Remember, I was in fact a swim competitor. I could do all the different strokes. And so I had to do a different type of a stroke for the doctor. And in case you're wondering, I at the time was on HRT and everything, I'm talking about the number, the size, all of it was perfectly normal. And that's Coach Greg after abusing steroids for 10 years. But Togi, he isn't so fortunate. Or perhaps he is.
You know,
Is it like... I'm afraid. I think my sperm count is like... I think my shit is like... excessive, bro. Like, I think I bust one in a bitch. That bitch instantly pregnant for...
Sometimes you're chilling and you gotta go busting out the doctor to see if you can make kids, babies or not. That's, if you haven't done it and you rip gear, it's an important thing.
And so for a guy who's blasted test, trend, who knows what he's been doing, he actually looks a little prepubescent. I mean, where's the facial hair? Does bro even shave? And what about that poorly defined jawline? I mean, if looks maxing was a thing, clavicular, mandibular, the list goes on and on. Why are they not growing any hair? Why are they not growing an actual jaw? And so I've actually noticed that with female bodybuilders, sometimes on much lower doses than Togi, that they develop more secondary male sexual characteristics than Togi has. Like, where is the jaw? Where is the hair? Where is everything? It hasn't surfaced as of yet. And so based on what we're seeing, it's highly unlikely Togi will ever be able to have kids.
I'm kind of nervous about this whole situation. Because how does this work, dude? They're gonna have someone in there do it for me?
So what if, like, my beard grows back, like, hella fast? So does that mean, like, I have an access? I'm confused. I think I didn't understand.
So no, that would be called a brothel. This is not a service that they provide. Perhaps a massage with a happy ending. This is a doctor's office, and last I checked with Mepsigram, she doesn't offer these services after getting their laser eyes.
This is like super weird. Look at this room I'm in. They got like a goon chair, bro. I'm not sitting in that. Who knows how many people have... That's disgusting, bro.
I'm with Togi on this. There's no way I would be sitting in that chair. They have, what, a DVD selection. They have a YouTube. You can download your favorite video of Coach Greg and start gooning harder than last time. I mean...
White folks funny as hell. I fuck with him. He funny as hell.
Everyone is in there gregging their doucettes, and I want no part of it.
They got the whole TV. I'm not touching that. What are these people Googling on here? This is awkward that I'm talking to you guys. right now.
And so my actual preferred method was having my female assistant at home. You don't have to go into the office and do it in person. You can actually do this at home and you can bring it in as long as it's within whatever amount of hours and it's kept warm, close to body temperature. That is perfectly fine.
And also, where did that go? I don't know. Like they say they're testing it. What if it's gone off to China or something so people can't have mini Togi?
Honestly, that's valid. There is a small perception of weirdos around the world that can do anything. They see the Mr. Togi come in and they grab a little bit of this and they actually could use that to get pregnant. You just never know. If somebody were actually to steal Togi's sperm, like he goes into his clinic, let's say there's a person
That's illegal, isn't
behind the desk and he, instead of using his sperm to do the test, they bring it at home, gives it to all of her friends and they all get pregnant, 30 of them. Which is technically Togi's dream, to have 30 kids. We've seen it in previous videos. Does he now have to pay child support for all of them? Does he have to give his millions of dollars of wins while gambling to all of his moms and children?
Hi, is this Janelle? You just called me.
Do you have an upcoming appointment?
No, I just did the whole nut thing.
All right, and so he's drinking a Monster, which is loaded in caffeine as well as taurine. That's actually great for sperm production. And so something also great for sperm production, clearly the Blue Lobster. We have these ingredients inside. I'm drinking before my bike race. And so
wait, if you were locked up at any Illinois juvenile detention center, such as Cook County, the Audi Home, or anywhere else in the system, a global settlement may be coming in
production, clearly the Blue Lobster. We have these ingredients inside. I'm drinking before my bike race. And so if you're interested in making babies, definitely hit up HDLT supplements, not just for the pre-workout. Also want to get more attractive by adding in the Turk Builder Max. It's going to make you train harder than last time. The GO2 Max is going to give you more cardio in the bedroom. And of course, the most important is actually getting hard. And of course, how could you not get Ferula Max? It's increasing your LH and FSH, going to make your testosterone higher than last time. Increased testosterone comes increased drive to have the sexy time. And so all of this in unison going to help you to have more babies than last time. Code Greg for your discount. And why is there so much steam coming off of this bowl? Is this Togi eating oatmeal? What happened to the Togi of old who's having 10 shots of espresso for breakfast? He was going to Starbucks. You all remember the old Togi videos?
Did the whole nut thing.
You would, I'm sorry?
I just came in the other day.
Imagine the wrong Janelle being on the phone. I just did the raw nut thing. And she's thinking, with who? You're supposed to be with me. He called the wrong biatchy chick, and she's not impressed.
What did you come in for?
I came in to come. Clearly.
Literally.
I mean, what do you think? Are you not a sperm collecting clinic? What do you think I came literally in for?
Semen analysis.
Okay, yes, sir. So it looks like she was just giving you a call back with the report Dr. Kavisi reviewed. So he did state that unfortunately your sperm count was 0.
Woo!
The way Togi, the way Togi laughs, he's
Ooh. That shit. Ooh, that shit wicked. That shit wicked. That shit wicked.
almost spitting out his oatmeal. Unfortunately, your sperm count is 0. Well, how do we know that that's unfortunate? I mean, for the world, it's very fortunate that there will be no more Togis. For him, perhaps he's going to be disappointed. We know he wants 30 kids, and so
how does that
is he
happen?
Gonna make 30 mini Togis if he has actually no sperm? Like, rather than being shocked, disappointed, sad, he's laughing at himself. Like, this is a sign of a man who's very young. And so it is possible that they could, in fact, make a mini Togi. They could go into his testes with a microscope and examine. I'm not talking about his private area. I'm talking about inside the testes and use a microscope. Guys, I'm not that bad. And so they would find perhaps 1 or 2 sperm. Remember, in the ejaculate, there was no sperm, but it's possible that there's still a couple of swimmers, and they could then extract that and use it to make a baby basically in a petri dish. And so there is a chance that Togi, somewhere down the line, if he has lots of money and he can afford this, to make a baby after all. This is known as microscopic sperm extraction. And so remember, Togi almost died from overdosing on meth. Now, that one experience may not be enough to completely kill off your sperm, but when you're addicted to several various substances and you're doing that for months and or years, it can stay with you for the rest of your life. And so in order of the most dangerous, the most detrimental to the production of your sperm, in Togi's case, it would be the polypharmacy that he's been on, all the various substances, the meth, the cocaina, I don't speak Spanish, alcohol drinking, the pills, whatever. He's been on a lot. He's told us about all of these things. That is by far the worst thing he could have been doing. Second, untreated chlamydia. If you have chlamydia and you don't treat it, that can create a problem, and it is going to affect him for the rest of his life. If you have your blood work done, urinalysis, whatever, and you're suspected to have chlamydia, you definitely need to treat it. You don't just let it die off on its own. Oftentimes, men are infertile. Whether it's from using steroids, whether it's from using drugs, whether it's from exposure to certain things, is it microplastics, whatever, you can be the judge. In approximately 22% of the cases of men who are infertile, it's because they had chlamydia. And if you happen to use steroids at the same time, you're thinking, oh, it's the steroids. It's got to be HRT. More often than not, it's chlamydia over testosterone. Just think of it. I abused testosterone steroids for many, many years and was still fertile. I actually had to have a vasectomy to ensure that there would be no mini Coach Gregas. Did not want to have mini Coach Gregas running around. And in case you're wondering which steroids are most likely to cause you to be infertile, it would be nandrolone, which is Deca, and or Tren.
So the way I visualize it is that when I die, I get to meet every single version of myself. There's 10,000 Togis in a room and I have to look at all of them and I have to be the best one.
Hear me out. The best Togi wouldn't promote gambling. Like, I'm sorry. Perhaps he could be the richest Togi, the most famous Togi, but is that the best Togi? Is the best Togi simply a measure of which one had the most money, who had the most fans, or is it which Togi was the happiest? Which Togi did the most for his life and for the life of others? And so a philosophical debate, but I'm going to argue that the best Togi doesn't promote gambling, which can cause serious problems to thousands of men. And so you've likely seen Coach Greg saying this in a number of videos of how bad and detrimental gambling it actually is. And we've also seen Daddy Noel. And so perhaps it's as you get older in the fitness industry, for myself, I'm 50, Noel, I think he's 41, something around there, that you realize how bad some of these things actually are.
The fitness industry is filled with slop. If it's not gambling ads or AI, it's kids selling peptides, OF, or promoting drug use. What happened to wanting to be better than you were yesterday and leaving a legacy that you're proud of?
And so we have Daddy Noel as well as Coach Greg saying, guys, we need to stop with the promotion of gambling. We see so many influencers essentially selling you degeneracy. Like, what happened to people trying to help you to be fit? The fitness industry, there isn't any fitness whatsoever. I mean, we have Togi who has no sperm. We have guys promoting gambling. We have OF running rampant. And we have people promoting steroids at very young ages. Even teenagers like Eric English have already succumbed.
If you're looking at all the versions of yourself when you die, you got to look at them and say, yeah, mother, I came out the best. I came out #1 top dog Togi.
And so Togi, he has great debates, motivation. He has a lot of intellect. But I think he needs to think about this a little bit more. The best version of Togi isn't just the one with the most money or the most fans. And just think, most certainly the best version of Togi would be using Turk Builder Max.
All right, well, that wasn't the worst week ever.
His ass, buddy.
Well, I guess to recap, we paid $150 for a reasonably cool souvenir. Oh, I found out my nuts don't work.
And so more gambling, degeneracy, buying $150,000, I don't know, Pokemon card or something. I mean, is this really what we need to be doing?
If you look at it this way, that could be God protecting me from, I would have a child.
No, that could be God protecting us, as in the planet Earth, from not having more Togis. Like, is not one Togi enough?
But the pro side of that is it's the most shredded I've ever been in my entire life.
Guys, I can tell you one thing. Being the most shredded you've ever been, it's very hard to produce children. It's harder to get harder than last time. You lose your interest. Your testosterone is going to go down. Adding to that, using recreational substances that Togi has been using in the past, we know that he's cleaned up his act. Hopefully he remains that way. He's cut back or perhaps stopped the drinking, the partying, all those bad things he was taking. And unfortunately, though, I don't think he'll ever be able to get his sperm back up to production. I think Togi is infertile for the rest of his life. I don't know if he can do anything to save it. And so if the factory is broken, as in the nutsacks themselves, you can't just go to, for example, Algo RX and get enclomiphene, get your blood work done to see what you need, and they can just give you something. If the factory is done, if it's burned down to the ground, you can't get it back up and running again. Now, if it's only small damages, he could in fact become fertile again. The doctors can prescribe whatever he needs. And so we shall see. Togi needs to now go to see the doctor, get prescribed whatever he can get, and get tested yet again in the future and see what's going on. If you are in fact a female and you're interested in Togi, perhaps you look on to somebody else and go to the next person, think, that was an idea that went in my head for a couple of seconds, and move on to choice number 2. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo. Of course, go to Algo RX.
Love y'all, man. Nigga Togi tripping. See y'all in a couple seconds, not a couple minutes, man. Love y'all.